Hi! So today's video, I feel like I haven't sat in front of a camera for a little bit. So today's video is quite the special one because we're going to photograph the Formula 1. Yeah, it's always been very, very high on my bucket list, wish list. I've been photographing cars from a very young age. I think it was maybe 14, 15, so 10 years ago. Do the maths, that's how old I am. This is something little me could literally only dream of. I'm just so excited about this video. But before we dive into the absolute chaos of race day, the missed photo opportunities, the week leading up to the event was a wild one. We decided to join a rally, which essentially literally means that I was the co-driver, telling to go left or right or sharp turns or when there's a freaking roundabout. This event was packed with insane cars, from muscle cars to Porsches to BMWs to literally everything under the sun. So of course we had to do a photo shoot. Yes!
Hey John, are there any more puddles up that way?
Ideally one more, but
if you don't want to do it, that's absolutely fine. Nice work.
thank you. Yay! So of course I watched this on TV, but now to be here in person, right in front of me, you can hear all the cars. It's crazy. Now we were invited into the Red Bull Pitlane experience, which is a awesome box. You can't really get bored in a place like that. And the view was pretty awesome as well, because we would look into the pit lane onto where everything is happening. Yeah, this was an awkward moment. I tried to get a photo with Max Verstappen, did not succeed. I was a little bit upset.
Did you try and talk to him?
Yeah, I tried. I was gonna ask.
Say louder.
We will get him next year. Yeah. it was very busy, so I decided to go for a lens that at least would sneak past some shoulders and some heads. I was using the 70-200 for the whole event. This is not mine. I really want to buy it. My bank account will hate me. I will probably buy it. And I was using my R5 Mark II. By the way, make sure you're sticking along till a bit more towards the end of this video because I'm showing you how I edited my F1 shots.
Yep.
Oh god!
That's all right. Just put that in there. Do another one.
Oh.
Yeah. Just give it a bit of a mix.
And the start was a very sad one because Oscar Priestri, who's part of the McLaren team, which was his home match, his home race, he crashed during the formation lap, which was so unfortunate and so sad. But before I knew it, the race was about to start.
When you hear super clipping, just think of this one.
And because there was this time pressure, because of course the race was gonna end, it also made it one of the most challenging things I've ever shot. Cars are going 300 kilometers an hour, so I was shooting at a shutter speed of 1/20 seconds. I always struggle how to say this. I was shooting at 1/20th of a second, high burst mode and electronical shutter. Also, 90% of what I shot was out of focus, but that 10% I am pretty happy with how it turned out. So just to give you an idea, I shot about 100 gigabytes of photos. Don't worry, we're not gonna edit the 100 gigabytes together. I picked this photo, so I wanna show you how I edited from this to this. So first things first, I applied my preset called Retro is an understatement. It works on both portraits, street, cars, Formula 1. My pack also comes with 44 other presets. I've also made a walkthrough tutorial for every single preset and a bunch of editing tutorials about how I edit my portraits, how I use masks in my shots, and last but not least, I added in a bunch of my raw files for you to practice your editing on. So if you want to give my preset pack a try, then you can download it via the link in the description. Now I want to give these photos more of a grungy, very cool toned look. So I'm going to bring down the temperature in my shots. I wanted to lay the emphasis on the white accents of this car. I think the white wheels are so awesome. So I'm going to bump up the highlights and the whites and then bring down the exposure. Then bringing down the clarity to give this photo more of a buttery look, but bringing up the texture to still maintain all of the pretty details in the car. Now diving into the tone curve, I'm gonna grab this dot and bring it down. And as you can see, it really softens the look of the photo. The shadows and the highlights are nicely blended together. Now something I actually got taught the other day is this little toggle right here. So when I toggle it into my image on a certain color I might not like in my photo, like I don't really like these sort of purple shadows that are happening in my shots, I'm gonna toggle it right there, and then I can see exactly in the tone curve where that color is hiding and where I can adjust it. And I'm doing this for each tone curve with each color until I'm happy with the overall look. Now of course I gotta make sure that the color of the car is still 1-to-1 to the original color of the car. And I'm just gonna go into the HSL tab to adjust the reds and the yellows. Now diving into masks, I'm gonna select the background and then darken it, but also give it a bit more of a cooler tint. And then I'm gonna bring up a linear gradient from the bottom up and darkening the ground a little bit. And the last step is sharpening the photo, and this is our end results. I hope I taught you something along the way. Hopefully you feel a little bit more inspired. Hopefully you feel a little bit more inspired. I am kind of post F1 depressed. This is an event I would love to shoot again and again and again. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I also hope to see you at my next one. Okay, bye bye. Doei.